Hello. Good day. What? Hello there, everyone. Wonderful surprise to see you all here. It's absolutely exquisite. Hello.
Oh my god, this guy.
What's going on, brother? What is going on?
Nothing. What's up?
Not much at all, sir. Welcome once again to another episode of the Fandom Initiative. And yes, this week we are live. We are live this week. The stars have coincided with everything else to make us be live this week. So it's awesome. Thank you very much to anyone who is listening and watching, whether it's live or in Memorex. Some of y'all might not even be old enough to understand that reference, and I apologize wholeheartedly.
With our new host Antonio Palmer's Hardwick.
What? What now? What? Welcome to this week on Talking Dead. Look, let me tell y'all something. This cat right here, he's referencing to I actually got to moderate a panel today. My first panel was awesome. I got to moderate that for Virtuous Con. It was actually the opener of the show too, which a lot of pressure. It's awesome. It's great. Had a great time. Gotta thank Cerise Rennie Murphy we had on the show for Virtuous Con before. The entire crew of Virtuous Con was awesome. Our tech mod was Charisse. Just amazing. My panelists were TJ Sterling, Regine Sawyer, Micheline Hess, Jason Reeves. It's incredible people. I'm so thankful, so honored by it all. It was great. Dig it. So yeah, so next week I will be doing not the Nerdist. Get out of here. No, the Bleakest. That's what we're gonna do. Change it a little bit with the E, with the IST on the end.
And restarting Singled Out for Nerds.
Oh, woof, woof. You know I'm not even gonna say that right now because I've definitely had some musings in my head. Yeah, but go check that out if you can, and actually go check out the whole Virtuous Con. It's a great thing. They've got a whole virtual floor, everything where you can go and check out vendors there. They've got a lot of great panels going on today and tomorrow. Awesome. If you haven't gotten your tickets, go get your tickets. It was real easy, quick, simple. I actually checked out a panel after my panel. Awesome. Checked out the floor. It's really great. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to spend some of my hard-earned doubloons, ducats, and cougarans. Because sometimes I deal in like South African currency because you know what's up. But we got to do introductions because that's what we do here. We do introductions and we talk about stuff. So welcome to another exciting episode of Fandom Initiative. The man across from me virtually, he is the cinema CEO. He is the cinema god. He is the man with the best blinds in the business. This man is Michael Williams, y'all.
What is up, y'all?
Thanks and myself
rocking with us.
Yes, please rock with us. I'm still very high on my own supply today of just like adrenaline because I was very nervous this morning. Was very nervous this morning. Then I did that and I have energy and stuff like that. Great. And I just built a shower chair for my mother, so it's awesome. Good. Myself, I am Antonio Palmares, aka the Hungry Bleak. I am the hungriest man in the room. You can take that however you want. Yeah. So this is where we're at. So the title of the show is Ain't Enough Time. And that is true. So true. Of the amount of things that are coming out, that are out, that, I mean, even making the graphic that I had, the collage I had back there, I was like, I had to not use the whole Fandom Initiative. Like, I had to only use the F logo, which is still an incredible logo. So thankful for that from Shelby. To piece everything together, and I was like, I have to make sure everything fits and such. But it was fun. It's great. It's one of the things I love doing. So there was a lot of stuff that has come out, that is about to come out, that has like just been announced. So much, but we can only talk about a bit. So we're going to do that. All right. First thing we're going to talk about is Showtime has been grabbing me because I started binging Billions. I'm on the beginning of episode 3. And I wanted to punch Axe in the mouth. This guy was talking to me. He was like, "Oh man, I don't know how I'm going to survive on 40 million." I said, "What?" So what? I wanted to putazo in the mouth. I wanted to punch him in his neck and his throat and his mouth and his ear. I would just give him a quick forearm shiver to the his throat. I was mad. But yeah, Showtime has been grabbing me a lot, and they're gonna have excuse me, a series on there. The Man Who Fell to Earth, brother Michael over here, brother Michael of the congregation, sent me the trailer, and he's like, check this out. This is Chiwetel Ejiofor and Naomi Harris, Moneypenny, and Mordo, respectively. Yeah, and this is going to be a series on Showtime, which is great. I thought it was a movie. Brother told me it was a series. Getting Chiwetel and Naomi every week in a series, a sci-fi series as well. I can just imagine the things that they're going to talk about and that they're going to delve into with this series. Thoughts, brother?
That trailer just grabbed me from the jump, and that's largely because I'm a huge Chiwetel fan. So, yeah, I mean, I like that Showtime is taking chances. It's been a long time since Showtime has really kind of taken a lot of chances. This is a network that kind of relied on, their Dexter receipts for a long time, and
Ray
Donovan to a certain extent, which
because I was on for a while. That was on like what 6-7 seasons, right?
Yeah, 7 seasons, and then there was a movie here recently that kind of finished the whole thing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Now, I'm not familiar with the movie that it's from, the David Bowie movie that it's from.
I am slightly familiar with it. I kind of remember it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But I think it's interesting that they're kind of expanding it, though, into a series. So, yeah, I'm highly excited about it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, the line that got me was when they're both in the car park and they're talking, and she's like, I'm talking to an alien from another planet. And he's standing there going, I'm talking to an alien from another planet.
Yeah.
Like the whole perspective of it. And when they're going to deal with race as well, obviously. Yeah. Because we see a black family involved as well. I'm legitimately excited about this. Yeah. Bravo. Yeah, definitely bravo to Showtime for this. I think this is going to be one of those series. If it's on Sunday nights, they're going to get me because they already have me with Yellow Jackets.
Yes.
Which did you get a chance to check that out?
I still have not gotten a chance to check that out, and I do. It's on my list to watch. I have a
brother,
distinguished list, as you know.
We could talk about lists, brother. We could talk. My list is distinguished and has a receding hairline. My list is old and angry and has an ulcer. My list is my list got a mortgage. My list is upset, sir. My list is looking for a therapist. My list is angry at the world.
Exactly.
No, I totally understand, brother. But it's I think it was 10 episodes, I want to say now. So the season is over for that. But where it begins and where it ends, I was like, what the hell? So yeah, Showtime is getting my interest. I downloaded the Showtime Anytime app on my tablet. And when I'm, in the kitchen or whatever, cleaning, what have you, I put it on. I put my wireless earbuds in.
Yeah.
And I've had to stop at times and look at the screen and to check out what's going on.
Yeah.
They're getting it. They've always been kind of that weird kind of dark horse, like in the shadow of HBO. It's starting to be in the shadow, honestly, of Stars. Actually, everybody is in the shadow, unfortunately, of Showtime, of HBO when it comes to premium networks and things like that. But stepping out with something like this and these different projects, it's a win-win. Again, Chiwetel and Naomi every week, I'm down.
Yeah.
So let's talk Euphoria. You saw the last episode, correct?
I did, sir. I did.
Okay. I think this was on purpose. And I love the range and how some parts of the episode were darkly humorous. Now, since this series has began, I have said that Zendaya has stolen scenes by just narrating them.
Yes.
Because a lot of it, if you think, a lot of the stuff is usually other characters.
Yeah.
This episode, spotlight was firmly on Zendaya's Rue.
Yeah.
And what a heartbreaking, cringeworthy, hard-hitting, again, darkly humorous escapade this was. Similar to Alice going down the rabbit hole into Wonderland.
Yeah.
This episode showed the aftermath on the fallout of of Rue relapsing since she's been relapsed for 2 seasons now.
Mm-hmm.
Since she got out, she relapsed.
Yeah.
And it finally coming to light to her mother, her sister, and they were told by why can I not think of the character's name? Hunter Schafer's my God.
Jules.
Yeah, thank you, Jules. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I think because I'm so focused on the actors themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And her spiral. And not just about the fact that drugs were, but the fact that she owes this woman a lot of money now because that suitcase is not there.
Yeah.
And we see her crack and break and laugh and run in the middle of traffic, break into someone's house, underneath their bed, running through somebody's yard, broke somebody's table while jumping over a fence. Zendaya, incredible in this episode. The range that she showed, and I know I say that as a joke usually to someone else, but she showed an incredible range. And I love the fact that this came after Spider-Man No Way Home. You see such a difference in what she can do because she played so many different roles in this episode. It was so hard to watch, but I couldn't I couldn't turn myself away from what she was doing. And I really enjoyed it. It's a hard watch.
Yeah.
But that's what made it the better of it, because if it's a hard watch and it makes you watch it, that says a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I think I don't even know how to say this. I think it's one of the more truest episodes of Euphoria, right? Like, and Sam Levinson kind of said that in the inside the episode that comes at the end of it, that he couldn't do a show about this type of thing without actually doing an episode that's about the person who is the addict, and what happens, what happens in that situation when someone is an addict, and how it all spirals out of control, and the people who are hurt by it, and the people who are, the victims of the addiction, not just the person who uses. You know what I mean? And for me, it's an Emmy-winning episode.
Yes.
Like, I think that she's literally positioned herself for another Emmy win just with this episode alone. And that's not to say that her work in the show so far has been not good, because it has been. But when you get an episode like this where you just let her go, like you really see how talented this woman is. And it's crazy to me. Like, it's so crazy that she's so young and on this kind of level. Like, there aren't very many people who are. You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, it's a difficult episode to watch, because that her character, that Rue is going through it, and for me, as someone who watches the show, I'm rooting for Rue, right? And I know that Rue is terrible. She's terrible. Like, she just makes all of the wrong choices. But there's still sort of a part of me that thinks that maybe she will get to that moment of clarity and it'll all turn around for her. But that wasn't this episode at all. At all. This was just the pull us down further in the shame spiral episode. You know what I mean?
Could this be the rock bottom episode?
I hope so.
Because I'm trying to think of what is what could happen worse, but we might not find out because she
Yeah.
climbed out that window of
Yeah.
the woman that she owed that money to, and they had her locked in there. Like them,
Yeah.
like those were serious locks. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
those were where you going locks.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, it's funny because I was watching it, and I think about people who I know, not people I know personally, but
Mm,
people that I've seen in the streets that have used in the past or are using.
mhm.
And it's almost kind of like I don't know how to say this correctly because I hope this doesn't come out the wrong way, but it's almost kind of like they are almost the superheroes of their situation. Superhero meaning they're dodging so many things and you don't understand how they are, right? When they're in the under the influence of the things that they are,
Mhm.
right? You always kind of see the person who's almost about to fall flat on their face in the street.
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, they never fall down. Like they always kind of like catch themselves before that happens, right? It's weird. It's weird, right? And it's like you think to yourself, if I was in that situation, I
I'd be
probably would
done.
be laid out in the street and
Mhm.
nobody would care. Right? But for them or certain people, it's almost like I don't know. It's weird. It's almost like they become even more aware of things that are going on, which is kind of weird. You get what I'm saying?
I don't think it's weird. I think it's they become more aware because I think they're more aware of how messed up they've
Yeah,
like all the messed up things they've done, and how messed up they are, and how far down they are.
yeah,
But I think that's also a thing about addiction as well, is
mm,
because you've seen people. Let's just take smoking, which is like
mm,
which is like at one end of the spectrum compared to
mm,
someone who is using
mm,
um, intravenous drugs. You've seen someone in the street who's picked up a cigarette butt,
yeah,
literally out of the street, like off the curb,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
blow it off, and then
mm-hmm,
light it or ask somebody else for a light.
yeah, yeah,
So you take that type of mentality of just a cigarette and you put that to something that's much harder, much more dangerous, something that
right,
literally goes into your veins, into your blood. That type of like that type of mentality. So yeah, they're an addiction because they know they have to stay alive because they want that next fix possibly also. So they know they got to get up.
yeah,
You ever seen
yeah,
somebody go from train car to train car to train car to train car to train car
mm,
in New York? This might be a colloquial thing that I'm saying right now as far as that, but you get what I'm saying, like someone who
yes,
goes car to car to car to car to car
yes,
asking for money.
yes,
And you would think, could you keep going to that car? How many cars would you go to before you said, yeah, no, I'm good?
yeah,
What, two, one? They'll go to each one. They might go to each stop.
yeah,
So it's that mentality of I can't fall because maybe this is my chance to get out, or maybe this is my chance to get enough where I can get a little something. Maybe I can get a burger. Maybe I can get that next fix. Maybe I can, get some new socks because I'm not wearing socks, and it's like 20 degrees outside. That thought process,
yeah,
they got to keep going. They can't just go, yeah, I'm good. I'm just going. Meanwhile, they are literally killing themselves. So
yeah,
that dichotomy of I got to stay alive so I can keep killing myself.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's that type of like that type of duality
and
of I have to stay alive so I can keep killing myself.
yeah, and part
Mm,
of me watching the episode just wanted Rue to, even though I know that she's hemmed up in this place where she's stolen drugs from this woman, right? Because she doesn't have any way to pay it back.
hmm
This part of me that's watching this thing in the craziest way, I almost feel like she's safer just staying there.
mm,
You know what I mean? Than leaving.
no, 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 no,
No,
no,
no,
no.
no. You get
I,
what I
I I
mean?
I understand what you're saying because that means somebody's coming after her.
Right.
But the other side of that, which I see what you're saying, but the other side of that is
Hmm.
if she's out,
Yes.
First of all, because that lady said, and it was very hushed tone when she said it, because the actress that plays, I'm trying to remember the name of the actress, but she's very understated, but she's very good.
Yes, I've seen her
But
in other things.
she's very unassuming. But
Mm-hmm.
even the way she tells about her story, and the fact
Mm-hmm.
that and the way she speaks, you understand like what her job used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense why she's the way she is. And she's like, oh, I've never gotten angry. And you can hear from the way her tone is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she says, oh, well, you're lucky that you're, a girl, because there are other things that you want. So that right there made me go, oh shit, they're gonna put her out on the track. They're gonna get that
Mm-hmm.
money from her.
Mm-hmm.
One way or another, they're gonna get that money from her.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard that and I was like, and I was hoping one of those keys was gonna be it. I was hoping she was gonna pick up the gun. I was hoping she was gonna do anything. I was hoping that bird that she would shut the hell up.
Yes, I know.
That bird
I
was, I was
know.
like,
Yeah, that bird was getting on my nerves, bro.
put a
That
blanket
bird
over
was
that
getting on my
bird. Let
nerves,
that
bro.
bird go. Oh, it's nighttime. Like do that. Like that's the type of thing that hit me, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So when she got out, and then that car was going by, I was like, please don't let that be somebody. Please don't let that. I've never been on the edge of the two things that have made me sit on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
Literally on the couch on the edge of my seat. One was the low speed car chase in Lovecraft Country. Because how are you tense about two cars going the bare minimum? And this, because I literally want her to get out, 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 get out.
Yeah.
And then when she, jumps and she makes, and I'm like, she's not gonna make that gate. She's not gonna make that gate. That's the fastest you've seen Rue move, because this whole series you've seen her move slow and everything. She's just kind of, because she's so tall, so she purposely has this lanky way of walking and dragging her feet and what have you, and wearing the chucks.
Yeah.
This time you see her run for that. And there's something else going on, because the way she's holding her side, she's holding her side the whole episode. And I'm like, something else is going on there. And I want to know what it is. It could be a throwaway thing. Could be just her, maybe improvise. I don't know. But there's something else going on. And so I was terrified of that.
Yeah.
Because when she takes that suitcase, she's not going to make that money.
I know.
And again, that thought process, let me stay alive so I can keep killing myself. Was her thinking, oh, well, I can sell this and do that. She's in her head trying to wrap, even though we're as an audience sitting there going, that don't make no sense. What are you talking about? That's not going to work. And her taking that suitcase so she can make money by taking drugs made no sense at all.
Yeah.
But again, that's that thought process of, let me stay alive.
Yeah.
So I can keep killing myself slowly.
And going back to what you were saying, where there's some kind of like dark humor in this episode.
Oh,
I
feel bad laughing at this episode, but there was somewhere I was like,
yeah, I thought they did some funny things with, and I'm looking into this because I'm a Virgo, and so is Zendaya. We share the same birthday, actually.
Oh, really?
And yeah, it's
Cinema
funny.
CEO, man. Cinema CEO always got her way, man.
Exactly. It's actually funny because there's that scene where she goes over to Cassie's house,
bruh,
to use the bathroom,
which is so random, but okay.
Yeah. And she basically kind of does the thing that Virgos are always kind of accused of doing. Like we oftentimes are accused of just like pulling the pin out of a grenade and just leaving it in the middle of the room and just kind of watching and seeing what happens when it goes off, how much collateral damage there is when this thing happens, right? So she does that in one of the craziest ways possible to get herself out of that situation, by ratting out Cassie to Maddie. I'm like, my God, what are you doing, Rue?
And I'm wondering if it was on purpose or if it was just her drug-addled brain, just the filter was gone.
Yes.
Maddie's face was like, and we already know Maddie wakes up choosing violence.
Yes, exactly.
Because they like showed that clip of her as younger, where she went to beat up that racist, and she just beating people's asses. Cassie's face was like, what? No, 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 no. And the mother was like, I don't give a shit. I don't care what's going on. I just want my baby because she didn't care. She was like, I don't
Exactly.
care.
Exactly.
And Cassie's mother, played by oh, I absolutely love her and stuff. She had me die in this episode too. Oh my gosh, she was in Beakman's World.
Mm-hmm.
She's been in so many things. I'm trying to remember her name.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember her. But Cassie's mother was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
But if you look, Cassie's mother and the sister knew something was up
Mm-hmm.
because they've
Mm-hmm.
been and when it finally happened, that they was looking at each other like, wait, what? And the sister did the animated Star Trek James Kirk meme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
She was like,
Exactly.
Cat was like, oh, Cat was standing there like, I don't know what's going on. She was like, well, that's messed up. And but Maddie was like, because Maddie already chose violence this morning.
Mm-hmm.
She drank coffee, she ate cereals and ate her cereal all the time.
Mm-hmm.
She was choosing violence.
Mm-hmm.
She wakes up ready to throw down. She's not
Mm-hmm.
she's not for it. And she was like, with her head cocked, like,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh. And it's funny because it's in the background.
Yes.
So the scene is kind of blurred, but
Yes.
but they did a great thing of choosing not to refocus.
Yes.
To shift the focus to Maddie because you already know, but your focus automatically goes to Maddie, even though she's
Mm-hmm.
blurry. And
Mm-hmm.
Cassie's face is like, huh? Cassie's got this dead face, but Maddie's like, what?
Mm-hmm. Maddie's getting them hands ready.
That scene was so. But then we have everything going on with Nate's father and him coming out in such a and knowing his past doesn't excuse him being a predator. It does not.
Yes.
But you see what it was, and you're like, oh wow, so this is like, this dude was just, he was thrown in the closet basically.
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
And him being, I want to say, because him saying that he likes men, women, transgender, I want to say pansexual possibly.
Maybe.
I want to say, and the way he talked to the kids and his wife, that I was sitting there like, those are the two standout people. Zendaya, Rue, and Nate's father. I can't remember his name for the life of me. For some reason, I want to say Nick, but I don't believe that's real.
Cal, is that his name?
Yes, I believe so. And Nate being the one who comes out, like, of the room, and they're like, hey, meanwhile, Cal's dick's still out. He just peed on the floor. And he's like, he said something like, I think I hurt my head, something like that, and he's laughing. Again, the scene is darkly humorous. But more dark than humorous. But I still like chuckled a little bit at some things he was saying.
Yeah.
Basically, like, what? Paula Marshall again, very understated in this series. But Nate's face is just standing there like, again, this cat could do a young Bruce Wayne Batman easy, because you see how he can flip his switches and be two different people. And Cal's even saying, I don't even know who you are. I don't know who you, and he's just standing there looking down like this dark prince of Gotham.
Yeah.
He's standing just looking down at him like, and it was and if you look at it, if we want to take it, since it's Warner Brothers, and we'll take it to DC, father was Joker down there laughing hysterically. Bruce, Batman, standing up there as, dark pillar of justice, and just standing there looking down. And I was like, this very extremely tense episode, very tense. I'm ready for tomorrow's episode already. I'm going to be honest with you. I am.
Yeah.
This is a series, and I understand some people feeling it was uncomfortable to watch, and it was. But I think Levinson does uncomfortable well, if that makes any sense, because you look at, as you like to call it, the quarantine movie on Netflix. Zendaya and
oh yes,
Jonathan Washington,
Malcolm and Marie.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, which was incredibly uncomfortable, cringeworthy, hard watch, but it shows another aspect of romance ? With toxic relationships, and how somehow their toxicity is their chemistry. I can't judge anybody's relationship, but it just that's just there are different types of relationships, and that's a type of relationship is a toxic relationship, and
Yeah.
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 So yeah, stick around for more Euphoria. I'm probably gonna have to rewatch that because that mess was just that scene.
Yeah.
And memes were already starting to go out at maybe like 5 minutes after that scene
Yeah.
happened. People
Yeah.
were like, "Nope, that this is going up," and I was like, "Y'all are diabolical. Y'all are diabolical, bro.
Yeah.
It hurts." Next up, we have season 2 of Raised by Wolves on HBO Max.
Mm.
You're more of an authority on this. I am on episode 3 now of first season, trying to get back into it. I've forgotten how ruthless Mother is. She just, I mean, it was like pop. It was like a bunch of red balloons just popping.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, this was a series that people didn't really know what was going to be going on about. This is like one of the launch series for HBO Max, pretty much. I want to say,
Pretty much.
right?
Yeah.
It was like maybe like a week or two or so, like a short time after HBO Max started. This series actually came. It feels like 100 years ago. Jeez, God. But it's back now with the second season. Is the whole season up?
Yeah. Whole season is the whole season up? Actually, I don't know. I'm not sure if the whole season is up.
Have you started the second season yet?
Yeah, I've only seen the first episode so far.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm glad it's back. This is the most alien show without it being alien. And I know that there's one coming up on FX at some point that's being written by what is that guy's name? Noah Hawley.
The Predator show?
No, he's doing an alien show.
Oh, so there's gonna be something with Alien and Predators?
Yeah, I think the Predator thing is a movie. I don't think it's a show.
Oh, I was hoping that was gonna be a show.
I think it's a movie. I'm pretty sure it's a movie.
Because that's like a prequel. That's like indigenous.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited about.
Yeah, wholeheartedly. Yeah, the Alien show is going to be written by the guy who wrote what was that X-Men show? Legion. Legion.
Oh, okay.
He also writes
glad you didn't say Mutant X. I don't know where he was going with that one, brother.
No. He wrote Legion. He wrote Legion, and he also wrote what is the name? What is that Coen Brothers property that they turned into a series?
Fargo,
yes.
Fargo.
Yes.
Oh, he wrote the. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Bad.
So I'm curious to see what he does or what they do with an alien show, because that could be really good if they do it right.
Mm-hmm.
But back to Raised by Wolves. When I say it's the most alien show without it being alien, it's really not supposedly connected to Alien at all. But why I say it's the most alien show that I think it is because when you think about the characters of mother and father, they remind me very, very much of these androids that go out with everyone on these alien missions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like this show gives them the proper spotlight that they've deserved for a very long time. And it's just really, really good. Like there's this whole angle in the first season where there's kind of a deception with the two antagonistic characters that's going on.
Which you don't see. That part was really cool to me.
The
plastic surgery, and I was
yes,
because it's almost like a twist. It's almost like a season that normally would be something that you would do at the end of a season.
Yes,
twist. You get this second episode?
Yeah, second episode, something like that. Yeah,
which is great because you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, and then when you realize just how powerful, especially that Mother is. Like when Mother turns into what she turns into at some point in the first season, I'm like, what? What is going on here? You know what I mean?
That first episode.
Yeah.
The first episode is the slowest burn thing I think I've ever witnessed in my life until that last 5 10 minutes.
Yep.
I was like, because I was sitting like, okay, cool. And I was like, wait, what? I had to rewind it to make sure I hadn't hallucinated.
Yes,
I was like,
yes.
where all these red balloons come from? They're just bursting. Like, what is this going on?
Yeah. Uh,
But it picks up quickly. There's also like the religion angle
yeah, the
that's in
religion
there too.
angle.
Like everything
That's interesting. Yeah.
weaves together. But I could see. I mean, people are obviously going to make the leap from this to Aliens
Mm-hmm.
because of the name that's involved.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ridley.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it's going to be. Um, but I think if they did, that would be cool. If they don't, that's cool too because this
Yeah.
show can stand on its own.
Yeah, it absolutely can
Yeah,
stand on its own.
I wouldn't mind
Absolutely.
seeing a little, maybe a skull or maybe like
Yeah, well, yeah, a little
maybe
Easter
some
egg would
acid
be cool.
blood.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
yeah, a little Easter egg would be cool.
If
Yeah.
if Sanaa Lathan popped up, I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Or if you said that these were like the early prototype
Yes.
things that became the the androids that wind up on these missions, that would be cool too.
Or
Um
the what was the name of the characters from Alien?
Bishop.
No. This is from um the Repast movie. But she was in
Oh
it. I'm
yes.
trying to remember the name of those characters. Architects? No, not architects.
No, I know
Um,
what you're talking about.
yeah, but
Engineers.
this, like, yeah, because if you look, kind of a similar look, like when
Yes.
Mother goes full God mode,
Yes.
similar look to.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I could totally be reaching, which I probably am.
Yeah.
But again, it's obvious that you would get
Yeah.
those connections and
Yeah.
of things,
Yeah. So
especially
the
when your work looks similar
yeah.
to other things that you've done, even if they're not linked. That's just
Yeah.
natural.
I don't want to spoil it for you, brother, because you're not finished with the first season. But what I will say is that in that first episode of the second season, we basically pick up right where the ending of the last episode of the first season leaves off, and it kind of takes off from there. Like,
See that I actually like. I actually like when something picks up
yes,
from there because you don't have to think, oh, time has passed, or either
yeah,
do that or do a time jump of like a few years. I
yes,
love a good time jump. A good time jump can really change your perspective on the
mm-hmm,
whole show and can bring
mm-hmm,
you a whole different way of thinking, and you see
yeah,
repercussions of what happened.
yeah.
So yeah, I will continue watching that tonight. Something that I will not continue watching, not because it's bad, but just because we got a season finale this week,
Yes,
was the Book of Boba Fett.
yes,
Oof. This is what, 8 episodes? It was less than 10.
yeah. Less than 10. Was it seven?
Was
Seven
it?
or eight?
I don't, it's honest. I want to say it's, for some reason, I'm almost thinking six. I don't know why. For
Yeah,
some reason, I'm
yeah.
thinking
It might
six.
have been 6 or 7. I'm not sure. I think that, you
Um,
know what it is. I think that the Mandalorian part of it kind of threw me off.
yeah, because that was, you know what? Yeah, it's yeah, because that was like what, episode 5? I think Mandalorian popped
Yeah.
up in there.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah,
So it might be 7.
I'm trying to think of how many. I'm just gonna look it up. What were I'll give my thoughts after that you give your thoughts because
Mm.
I have. It was 7. Yeah, 7.
7, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
What were your thoughts on the season
I
finale?
liked it. I liked it. Now I know that again, and this is something that I commented on about 2 weeks ago. Like, and not necessarily on this show. I commented on after watching an episode. Like, I know this Star Wars fan base now.
I'm not even gonna go into that because
They've just gotten out of control. Like,
because we had a debate like this
yes,
similar on
we
Strange
have,
in the Membrane.
we have,
Y'all was going at it, and I was like, I don't care. Next
yeah,
topic, I just
we
got
have,
stuck over it.
you know,
They be wilding.
they be wilding, and they wild for no reason at all. Like, just no reason at all. Like, and it's almost like they don't remember what happened previously, right? Like, the biggest complaint now is that everyone's like, "Oh, this is Boba Fett show. I'm the Boba Fett." Okay, but you weren't saying that when we were watching Mandalorian season 2 and Boba Fett showed up. Like, none of you were saying this. You know what I mean? So I think the problem that I have is know your history. You had this dude in the last show that was a Mandalorian show, and you got the Boba Fett show because you introduced him in the last show, right? So turnabout is fair play in this situation. This is why you get the Mandalorian in his show, because you're trying to drum up support for the next season of Mandalorian. I didn't have a problem with him being in there. I think he helped drive the story forward. Definitely. So I liked Boba Fett. I think it was a really, really good show. Um, it was just good to have Boba Fett back in the Star Wars universe full time, and to try to kind of understand what happened to him after Return of the Jedi, and you know to kind of evolve his character a bit, right? Because his character was basically just this kind of badass, bounty hunter that just showed up and made money whenever he wanted to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Darth called him and he needed to get Han Solo, he'd be there. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
I think this show has really kind of broadened his character. Yes, he's still an anti-hero. Yes, he's still into things for his own benefit. But there's almost kind of this other side to him now that's like, I'm going to be a protector of certain people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it. Like, I like his interaction with Fennec Chan because I love me some Ming Na. I
Yeah,
love me some Ming Na.
she she's always dope. Always.
Yeah, I love his interaction with her. Yeah, I mean, I think it was overall it was successful, and it sets up a possibility of whatever Mandalorian season 3 is going to be, but also, spoiler alert, that ending
Mm-hmm.
means hopefully we're going to be seeing more of Timothy Olyphant in the Star Wars universe going forward, which I am completely here for.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I think that Timothy Olyphant should have been the one in the Mandalorian costume. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
Because no offense to my man, but he just every time he takes off that helmet and I see him there, I'm like, it feels like a letdown. I don't know why. I'm just at that point. I loved it. I loved the organized crime aspect of this.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really enjoyed it. I love him amassing his team or his
Mm-hmm.
crew. He's got the muscle and he's got
Mm-hmm.
his soldiers on the street.
Yeah.
Fennec is his
Your right hand.
consigliere, but who wants to
Mm-hmm.
just kill everybody. So should I kill him?
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I said. That's not.
Yeah,
That's not.
exactly.
That's not what I said. Just calm down.
Exactly.
The tea was a little cold. That was it. I don't need to
Exactly.
kill the guy that brought me the tea.
Exactly.
Awesome. Loved it. It felt I didn't need the Mandalorian part in there because it felt like it progressed the Mandalorian story, but it didn't feel like it progressed the Boba Fett story. I think people were upset about it being in there because we already had 2 seasons of Mandalorian. Now we have a story about Boba Fett, and we want that story to continue. But then you throw this in there; it threw it off. So I could understand in a flow way. The flow was kind of diverted in that way. I didn't need because it felt like it was in a way taken away. But I think it's because also this is the first time we've seen Boba Fett in how many years? And we're getting him. Oh, here's Mandalorian. Wait, I don't need that right now. I want to see what's going on with Boba Fett because this storyline is really getting me. What, like, how are they going to do? It's like, what are they going to do? I understand they had to show him like where he has been and what have you, but that could have they could have tied that in a flashback in season 3. But again, I don't know where they're going with that story or something like that, what have you. Yeah, Timothy Olyphant getting a series, I love it. But let's not oversaturate ourselves with Disney plus Star Wars series. Let's not oversaturate it. You never overdo it. You always keep people wanting more.
Right.
That's the gist of putting out content. Consistent, yes, but I'll keep people wanting more. Never overdo it. Um, uh, uh, Bryce Dallas Howard,
Mm-hmm.
give her the keys.
Oh yeah.
Give her the keys. This is what I want. Obviously, Mandalorian. Let's keep that maybe 2 more seasons. Boba Fett. Let's keep that for maybe 3 more seasons. See what's going on with Timothy Oliphant. See where we're at there. Um, the Boca Raton. Boca, is that her name?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
But I know that's a place in Florida.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
just realize that now. That
uh,
series.
yeah.
Give us that series. Give us Sasha Banks in that series.
Yeah.
Give us that series. Give the keys to Howard. Howard is not just the present, but the future
Mm-hmm.
of Star Wars. One of the best episodes that I saw was the Mandalorian episode.
Mm-hmm.
I think her first directorial episode in that series, outstanding,
Mm-hmm.
amazing work. You would never have thought, but then I didn't realize her father was Ron Howard.
Oh yeah.
I did not know that because
Oh,
she
you
was
didn't know?
nothing like her daddy.
Yeah. Oh
Red,
yeah. That's
red
fake.
hair.
Yeah.
That's about it. Red
That's
hair.
about
That's
it.
about it.
That is about it. Yes. Yes.
But I did not know that she was, that's his girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's his dog. Did not know that. So she not only has it in her DNA, but I know she's studied.
Yeah,
She's looked.
I'm sure
She
she's
knows
been
the
around
craft.
him forever. Yeah,
She
so
was born in the game.
yeah.
So I do understand that. The season finale felt like an 80s series where everybody had to come together at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like that anymore too much.
Mm.
I like little bits of 80s stuff, but I think this should have been in the second season.
Okay.
Let that simmering plot go a little bit longer. Did we get rid of Jennifer Beals? I hope not.
Nah, I think she's dead, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying I wish not because I wanted more of that character.
Yeah, I think that was
more of that.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I was kind of disappointed with because she's barely in the show. And then you just kind of like kill her off in that way. It's like,
But then we also thought that Timothy Oliphant was gone. So we also thought that Boba Fett was dead how many years? So
True.
But I think, yes, but I would have liked to have seen that simmer a little bit more. If we're going to do that underworld feel in this show, we need characters like that. We need that type of bar, that type of establishment where there's dark dealings going on. Someone knows something. Someone's kind of straddling the fence. This is a safe haven for everybody. We need a type of place. But again, I don't know what the story's going to be next season. So I don't know. Because at the end of the season, they were even talking about, oh, well, this isn't for us, what have you.
Yeah.
I think honestly that they should have simmered that plot a little bit longer.
Yeah.
To string it to keep that going.
Yeah, I think in some ways the reason why that Mandalorian part is in there is because they don't really know unless they've already shot Mandalorian season 3, which I don't know if they have. I think they're worried that there might be a prolonged time where Mandalorian isn't coming back because he's doing the Last of Us show for HBO Max.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I think they were kind of worried, like we can't not let people know what's going on with Din Djarin for a year and a half, 2 years, while he's doing something else for another network. You know what I mean?
Well, what they could do is, first off, don't let him take off the helmet.
True.
Since he's trying to redeem himself.
Yeah.
Don't take off the helmet, and he can send that voice stuff in.
Yeah.
But again, don't know the story. Don't know what's happening as far as like the writing and stuff. Like, don't know what storyline they're going with or where they're proceeding with it.
Yeah.
But that would have been my thing for that, to try and escape that, what have you.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I think just to sum the whole thing up, I think Star Wars has been revitalized by Disney Plus. Like they've gone back to basics, gone back to characters that people want to see. They've even managed to kind of bring in characters from animation and do it well.
Yeah, because
in
they're
these shows.
well,
The future's bright for Star Wars over there because if you like you said, if you get people like Bryce Dallas Howard involved
mhm,
and you keep Dave Filoni, who is the god of animation in Star Wars, and now he's involved in live action and is doing live action well too. Ugh, this is yeah. This is gonna be all right. This franchise is gonna be all right.
yeah, as
Just
long
keep these
as, you
people
know,
involved.
they keep people involved and they keep this new fresh blood in it
Yeah.
and don't overdo it. Don't
Yes.
oversaturate it.
I agree.
Always keep people wanting more.
I agree.
Don't overdo it where everybody's like, you know what, I'm good. Because
Right.
honestly, with the movies, I'm good. I'm good
Mm,
for a while.
mm,
You know, they didn't. The movies there were a lot of there were a lot of issues with that new trilogy. That done it. A lot of baiting that never happened. A lot of misdirection, what have you. Um, yeah, but you know, sometimes you got to go for it. You got to do your thing, what have you.
yeah.
Something else that was kind of a misdirection when we first got the character of Jack Reacher in the movies, we got Tom Cruise, who, from the description of Jack Reacher, is nothing like Jack Reacher. I think
Mm,
they described him as, you know, being like 6 something, blonde, and he has biceps the size of basketballs.
mm,
That ain't Tom Cruise. None of that. Tom Cruise is, you know, he's a little muscular guy. He's maybe about my height, about 5'5".
mm,
Runs forever in movies. Like if
mm,
you count the amount of times he's run in movies,
mm,
that dude got stamina. That dude got cardio. He's on that treadmill
mm.
all day, every day. But we got a new series on Amazon Prime for Reacher. I've watched about 3 or 4 episodes. Yeah, I really enjoy this. I never read the books. I think the books are actually called, for some reason I want to say Penetrator.
Mm,
Maybe I'm wrong with that. Quite possibly wrong with that. I'm enjoying this series. It actually takes. I'm not sure if it's in conjunction with the movies. I have no idea. I'll be honest with
mm,
you. But basically, this is the character of Jack Reacher, who is a former military police inspector who has a very keen, deductive um, sense, like reasoning. Like his sense of deduction is incredible. Um, and he's also an incredible fighter. And he was raised in the military with his brother and uh, mother and father, you know, moving from base to base. This is him going to this small town because he wants to look up this blues singer who died named Blind. Oh my God, I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Blind Blake.
Blind, yeah, Blind Blake. But on the night that he arrives, there coincides a murder.
Mm,
And he's thought to be the one who committed the murder. Then he's proven that he didn't commit the murder. And then the head of the police there says, "Well, I want you to help me solve this." He's like, "First you locked me up, now you want me to help you with this?"
mm,
I enjoy this show. This is going to be a great show. I really enjoy it. All the episodes are up. It's 8 episodes,
mm,
maybe 9, I
mm,
think. Which again, y'all know I like a short season. I only need 90-something episodes
mm,
to tell me a story. CW. I that was a dig at CW. I totally mean that. We have Alan Ritchson is playing Jack Reacher. Malcolm Goodall is Finley. He's like the head of the police, which I love when this brother is in stuff. He pops up in stuff.
mm,
My man from What We Do in the Shadows, Harvey Guillen is in this. I love
mm,
that dude as well. He plays Guillermo in that show.
mm,
I'm a fan of this. I'm a fan. Like I said, I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in. I'm enjoying it. Love the action sequences. I love the dark humor, the sarcastic, dry way he does it. The one thing I will say is that Richson just has that big smile, and he looks. I wish he pulled it back a little more. Like Tom Cruise did do a good job of delivering the lines, more like an asshole who's just really going into facts. And this is what to do. This wouldn't have happened. This is how it is. He's a little more swarmy, a little more charming with it.
mm,
But I think that's where he's at that point, and maybe trying to make it a little bit different than Tom Cruise's as well.
mm.
What have you? Have you checked it out, brother?
I saw the first episode
Mm-hmm.
last night,
Mm.
and I like it. I like it a lot, and I can understand Jack Reacher fans are probably rejoicing now that you finally have somebody that kind of looks like
Mm-hmm.
who this character is to them. And it's just as much more believable. And that's not to say that I'm not a Tom Cruise fan. I am a Tom Cruise fan. I just think that when you talk about a character like Jack Reacher being this kind of guy, it just doesn't like Tom Cruise is just all wrong for it.
Yeah.
He's completely all wrong for it. And I feel like they only did it with Tom Cruise because they were trying to get it. It's almost like you make that trade off, right? Like, people like Jack Reacher. Jack Reacher is a good concept. How do we get it to market? We got to get somebody who's a star. Get Tom Cruise. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
I
And
think he had something to do with it too.
yeah, I think he produced it
I
probably.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like this Amazon show, like there's scenes that I look at Alan Richardson and it's like he's almost larger than life
Yeah.
in the scene. It's weird,
Yeah.
right? Because I mean I know he's a big guy. I've always known he's a big guy. He
Mm-hmm.
was a big guy in Titans when he played
Yeah.
Hawk, but he almost seems like he's bigger in this show, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, I like everything about it. I like everything about this first episode. It definitely encourages me to watch the rest of the series. Like that scene in the first scene in the prison cell when they come in and they take the dude's glasses and all that other
Yes,
stuff
bro.
is absolutely insane what he does to that dude.
He told him you can leave by yourself, or you can leave in a bucket. It's up to you. I said, wait, that
Yeah,
don't make no sense. So
yeah,
wait, what?
yes. And then the second scene in the prison bathroom. Good Lord.
It was
all those guys made mistakes
yeah,
going in that bathroom. Trust me,
yeah,
they did.
exactly. Not the mistakes that landed them in prison, the mistakes that took them to that bathroom. You better go in your cell.
Exactly.
And you see everybody in the showers like, well, nope, okay, I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
out. Nope.
Yeah, all them
Yeah.
dudes were like, let me get out of here early because this is gonna be a real problem coming up.
Yeah. Because it was like, well, I watched everything that's important, so I guess I'm good. I'll just air dry myself. All right. We'll see y'all later. See y'all at rec time.
Exactly.
Fruit cup for life. All right,
Yeah,
cool, bet.
more like hope to see you at rec time. That was the looks on some of them faces.
But it's Amazon again is streaming services now are in the shadow more of Netflix and Disney. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget about Amazon, but Amazon with the Expanse, with a lot, they have a bunch of damn. I was like, you have so many shows, and people don't really speak their name a lot. Which I can, as far as like shows go and such like that, as far as that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is an enjoyable one. I like it. I want to watch some more tonight. I'm trying to watch everything tonight. I need like 3 heads and 4 screens, man. This is ridiculous. I'm trying to watch.
Yeah.
But this is enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah, and then after I watched that first episode, I was almost hoping that it would be I was hoping that Reacher's character would be associated with like the Tom Clancy universe and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I didn't. Yeah, yeah.
It's not. Although that would be an. And here's my mind working when I think about IPs, right? Like I think that would be an interesting premise to have him meet Jack Ryan and have him meet this guy's character from Without Remorse.
Yeah.
And they all form
with the rainbow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got that Avengers mindset, man.
Yeah, exactly. I got to get out of it sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think there was something that actually said that Jack Ryan and Without Remorse won't be linked together.
Yeah.
I've actually started watching Jack Ryan too, and Ah,
Yeah, I
Jesus.
need to get to that. I wanted to see it because I like Krasinski. I think he's a good actor.
I'm on the first season, and it's just really the depth that they go into with the characters on both sides of the fence
Mm-hmm.
is really well done. And yeah, Krasinski. I didn't watch The Office.
Mm-hmm.
Sue me. Just didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I know Krasinski's more looked at like for that and everything like
Mm-hmm.
that. But then seeing something like um,
Quiet
Jack
Place.
Ryan, yeah, and the Quiet Place, you see this different side of him, which is
Mm-hmm.
incredible, it's astounding, and I
Mm-hmm.
love it. But yeah, I don't think they'll be linked. Anyway, I will watch Without Remorse again because I like that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's a lot coming from you since you're not really
I'm not.
fond of
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, well,
you're not really fond of Mr. Jordan.
I'm. The thing about him is that I
Mm-hmm.
have. It's his voice acting for Is that serious? Oh my god,
General.
bro. Yes, the first season it was better than the second season. I was like, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Sometimes he's flat to me. I just don't.
Yeah.
I liked him in a Creed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome, but yeah, sometimes I'm just like, you could get somebody else to do that voice acting seriously.
Do you feel like he's overexposed for you?
Maybe that's it because
That
Hollywood
he's
has a
always
habit
the
of
first
having
person they think of?
they have that habit of having that it black
Mm,
guy or hit person
mm,
of color at certain
okay.
times. And I feel remember at one time you want to look at like people that they've had over the years who have been people of color or
Mm-hmm.
people who are in marginalized groups.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie Chan,
Mm-hmm.
Jet Li,
Mm-hmm.
black people, Chris Rock at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Rock was in an action movie. Was actually in two action movies I can think of.
Mm.
Why? And that's no offense to Chris Rock, but
Right,
why?
right, right.
And I felt for a while he was that it black guy, and
Mm-hmm.
it's that oversaturation, and Hollywood will do that to you, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we have more creativity, as I say, I say black people,
Mm-hmm.
people of color, people in marginal groups have more creativity, have more creative freedom, and are doing our own thing and creating our own content. That's stopping, but I mean, even for a while, Rupert Everett.
Mm-hmm.
He was the gay guy. Oh my, he's gay. He's English. We have to, and he
Mm-hmm.
was that it guy. Meanwhile, once that wore off, that Hollywood didn't care. When was the last time you saw him?
Yeah, yeah,
So things like that suck.
yeah.
And it was also the '90s and in the early 2000s, which was a suck time to be,
Mm.
because it was a very kind of shallow time with stuff. And oh my god, we have to hit while the iron's hot. But yeah, I think a little bit he's a little overexposed. So when he steps back a little bit and then comes back, like that's what I like.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like Without Remorse because it's an action revenge flick. I love a good revenge flick and something that deals in more the military and such like that. Be like, I actually like that. Or
Yeah.
give me something like that with a gunslinger. I enjoy it. Yeah, I do realize sometimes I do come down hard on him.
Mm-hmm.
I, I actually do. I do. But I don't want the brother to stop working. I don't want the brother to miss a
Oh yeah,
check.
yeah, yeah,
Most bet I don't want him
yeah,
to do that.
yeah.
But also,
You,
when you have a platform and you're a black man, you have a platform,
mm-hmm.
I need you to do more with that platform
Oh
and
yeah,
not just go with the pretty or the light skinned.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree.
I need you to do more
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because that's what because you're in that room and somebody
Mm-hmm.
trying to get their foot in that door. I need you to open that door for them
Mm-hmm.
and pull up a seat for them so they can actually make their own table and
Yeah,
so forth and so forth. It's about putting the next person on.
yeah, yeah. For
That's
sure.
what it's about.
Yeah.
Now, again, me saying that, I don't know what he's doing behind the scenes right now.
Mm-hmm.
He could be doing amazing things with a bunch of
Yeah,
people, but from what I've seen,
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
nah,
yeah, yeah. You want
nah.
you want the brother to succeed. You want the brother to succeed, but you don't want to.
I
You don't
want you
want
to
to. Where's my
succeed.
electric car first? You don't
Yeah.
want to do that to him.
Goddamn, let you come. Yo, that line is the most butterest line ever. It's amazing. Going now, speaking of animation, we have the
Yeah.
Legend of Vox Machina. I don't stop with the segues, damn it. This is I don't really know a lot about these books. This is from Critical Role, which is deals with D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, such like that. This is also based on a comic book from, I believe, Boom, which they're a part of. So we all know like D&D, fantasy, dragons, such like that. And we all know like there's usually like mercenaries and groups of mercenaries in these movies and series, what have you, where they are the best and they do what have you. This is the most dysfunctional group of mercenaries out there. They are the worst. They are the filthiest. They are the supposedly the most raunchiest. They're racked in debt. They just have issues and problems. But they're the only ones that can save the town from this dragon. And that's what we start in this first episode. This is an animated series. I'm not going to say it's not for children. I don't know how you raise your kids. I don't. But I would say on base level, this is a mature cartoon animated series. There's blood, there is gore, there are sexual references, there are sexual scenes, there is profanity, but it has this really cool, deep story. It premiered with the first 3 episodes, I want to say, and they're up to I think episode 6 now. They've been dropping on Fridays. I have to catch up.
Now.
9?
Yeah.
Then I really got to catch up. I really enjoy this. I love if you enjoyed Invincible with the dark humor and blood and gore and that adult tone, go check this out. This is ridiculous, random, fun. You know I'm here for it. I'm always here for it. I love it. I love the story of it. I don't know anything about Critical Role.
Yeah.
Don't really care. Be honest with you, it doesn't interest me. But this anime series is funny. It's irreverent. I love the action. And y'all know that I've been on animation lately. I've been diving into animated series. This is a win for me. Yes, run it.
Yes, sir. I loved it too, brother. Yeah. I loved it too. You know what the comp for me, and this is gonna sound a really weird comp. It's almost a cross between Castlevania and The Witcher, with just this whole boatload of humor and irreverence to it that just makes it just plain old fun. Like it's just fun. It's a fun show. I really, really like it a lot. Now I watched the latest 3 episodes today before the show. This show's just good. It's just plain good.
Yeah,
it's plain good.
If I was going to combine, I would have said The Witcher and Voltron, just because of that humor and the group. Yeah. But it has but Castlevania, I'm probably gonna rewatching that like this summer, honestly. I'm actually rewatching Voltron now. Don't know why, because I've seen it about 8 times. There's a bunch of stuff I should be watching, but guess what? I get anxiety and it calms me down, so I'm gonna watch it. It's just good, man. And I was actually told about this by a friend of the show, Robert Jeffrey. I didn't know this was coming out. And he sent out in a group chat, he sent out, and I was like, the hell was this? And I watched, I was like, oh. And I went on to Amazon, and then I saw it had came out, because when I turn on my PS4, it shows me like, the different streaming services, and it shows me what's out. And I was like, oh, okay, it's cool. And it had the 3 episodes, and I watched it, and I was like,
yeah.
I watched it that morning. Yeah, I watched it like around like early as hell that morning. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I wish Saturday mornings were like that. I wish Saturday morning cartoons were like that. I mean, I guess they can be now because, you can put cartoons on whenever you want. But yeah, it's just enjoyable. It's irreverent, funny. Just there's a deep story to it. It made me want to read the comics. Because I know there's a few of them for the Vox Machina, because that's the name of their mercenary group, their mercenary band. And it's just, what is actually similar to as well, a more adult fairy tale, which is an anime, because that's similar to where there are different guilds where they'll handle jobs. There's like a big board and they'll handle jobs, and they're guilds of wizards,
Yeah.
different powers and such like that. So it's similar to that. So that I definitely work that in there. Yeah, that The Witcher fairy tale, definitely sprinkle some Castlevania in there. Yeah, definitely. But this is a win.
Yeah, easily.
And the episodes fly by too. They fly by, and they are. If your sensibilities are, and I don't mean this in a demeaning way, if your sensibilities are a tad delicate, this show probably isn't going to be for you. Try the first episode. You might get within, I think, like 10 minutes, actually less than that. You'll know whether it's for you. Because there was a scene where I was like, wait, what's that? And it caught me off guard because my man was just in there. I was like, I thought I was hungry. But that, some of you get that joke, some of you don't.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I say I'm the hungriest man in the room. Take that however you like. And I was like, we're going there. But it was in such a funny, humorous way. Yeah, it just was digging it. So that's go with it. Last thing on the table actually is on the 22nd, Destiny 2, which I have been immersed in these last months. Actually, this is what I stream sometimes if I go on Twitch, what have you. I usually play this at night on Fridays with my cousin and a couple of friends, which is just fun. Destiny 2, the new season is the Witch Queen, which is going to be debuting on 2/22/22. That's a little ominous. This is the newest season, their expansion. You can pre-order now. I pre-ordered mine last week because I was like, damn, let me get up on this because I haven't really been playing. But I hadn't been playing for like a couple years. Then my cousin got me into it, and I was like, okay, bet, I'm in. Let's go. This is a big one. Huge MMO, fun to play. There's a bunch of different types of games you can play by yourself. You can play with people. You can have a group of people, a clan where you all share things. There's a lot of great things out there. Check this out. Like I said, it's able to be pre-ordered now, and this is very interesting because of everything with PlayStation, Sony, and Bungie, and all the wheelings and dealings that have been going on there. So this is very interesting to see the future of this game. I love this game. But if you really want to see somebody who really loves this game, check out Jabba Chan or check out Pharaoh Ramsey. Those are two players I've played with them. Pharaoh Ramsey is my cousin. They're really into it, and they got me back into it, and we play. It's fun, but go check it out. It's a lot of fun to do. It's just something to kill the time. And that, I would say, is the show, sir.
Yes.
Any final thoughts for the folks?
Not that I can think of offhand, brother. Like, enjoy all this content that's out here, because it's never been
so plentiful.
It's never been this plentiful. It's never been this good, for sure. And if you guys are in the midst of binging anything Netflix Marvel related, you have till the end of the month before it's gone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're gonna be taking that off, which kind of made sense once you saw him in the movie. Once you saw Daredevil in actually once you saw Kingpin in Hawkeye, then it was cemented by Daredevil, Matt Murdock, I should say. Matt Murdock being Parker's lawyer. You know, what's this? So yeah, odds are it'll be going to Disney Plus. Hopefully, or possibly
my argument would probably be that it's going to wind up on Hulu.
Hulu's more the adult side of it.
Yeah,
but
which then leads me to think, has Disney been playing possum this whole time where they might start thinking about making shows for Hulu that are more adult-focused Marvel shows?
Well, we'll see what happens with Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Because Moon Knight's supposed to be, Moon Knight, the character itself, is brutal. So we'll see what happens with that. Because they've been pushing the envelope more and more and more with what they're doing with the movies and with the series.
Mm-hmm.
So not just brutality wise and violence wise, but also with the language and with topics.
Mm-hmm.
And we finally got our first sex scene. Like there was a full blown nudity, but we finally got a sex scene in Eternals.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you were going to do it in a movie, that was the movie to do it to. I feel that movie made the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you did it in Captain America, I would have been like, what is this, like the 80s, 90s? It just had to be there. Like, it wouldn't have made sense.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have. Even if they had did it, like when they did it in the Marvel Netflix series, it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
But Eternals was the one movie that, if you were going to do it, that was a movie to do it with.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it just made the most sense for the characters and for the story.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it was a love story about these two lovers possibly getting back together, not knowing, uh, and finding out about themselves figuratively and literally,
Mm-hmm.
that they were made for each other
Mm-hmm.
in a way. So, what have you. I probably, if I was to recommend, oh, damn, I never finished that second season of Jessica Jones. Come to think of it, I think that's the only one I didn't finish because that was the last one
Yeah.
with Jessica Jones. Yeah, I might actually have to go back and watch that then before it leaves out because it's leaving when.
The 28th.
So like the end. Oh, so the end of the month because
Yeah.
February is a short month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so I might have to go back and check that out. Yeah, so go check that out if you can, folks. If you don't get a chance to, I believe they're on DVD also. I
Yeah.
think they're on DVD.
Yeah.
So yeah, go check it out. And I would recommend Daredevil is probably
Yes.
the better out of all four. The first season of Jessica Jones is incredible. There's a lot that they do and that you talk about, not just superhero stuff, but the idea of consent and
Mm-hmm.
such. It was just great. And the conversation that Kilgrave and Jessica have is just amazing. First season of Luke Cage is good. Second season, just go watch Evil. He's better in Evil than he is in Luke Cage, especially that second season.
Mm.
Second season was Basura, honestly. To be honest with you. Jeez, God, what the hell? Oof. Um, although there is a standout performance by Alfred Witter in the episode in the hospital
Mm-hmm.
that links to the first season, that was the episode I've been waiting for. I talked about that a few times. But yeah, go check that out. I would say, look, check out Yellow Jackets if you're going to binge anything. That's really cool. Or any of the episodes that we're seeing here. And let us know what you like, what you're getting into, what you're binging. Maybe there's something that we've missed. There are a ton of shows out there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's something that we missed that we haven't. Check out. There's the show with Natasha Lyonne that's going to be coming back for a second season.
Russian
From
Doll.
Netflix. Yes, that's going to be coming back for a second season. I totally forgot that existed. I have to go back and watch that because that show was incredible. I love anything that has to do with that has like that Groundhog Day type of premise
Mm-hmm.
and how crazy it is and such like that. So it's awesome. Yeah. What's to come? We will have another episode next week, probably, most likely. Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Enthusiasms. We will see. If we have enthusiasms about the episode, we will see it. There is no I in team. Was it baseball? Baseball. Yeah, baseball. The way he looked at my man's head was like, yeah. And he kept talking. I was like, man, if you don't leave, if you don't take your ass home, you don't feel his hot eyes on the back of your neck. Man, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on that note, brother, I ain't even gonna do it. I ain't even got no scales, man. I'm gonna just ask you because now you're gonna break the damn thing anyway. Man, on a scale of 1 to 5, what would you give today's episode? Let me just rub my hands together now. Let me just do it now.
A 20.
Let me hide this guy.
Yeah. This guy.
It's like, this guy again. Where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce? Yo, that line is so funny. I'll say that. I want that on my tomb when I die, just before I come back. So don't cremate me, because I plan on being resurrected. I plan on resurrecting. Don't cremate me. I'm gonna how to. Where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce? And I want it to just be something that never explained. The people who know me will know what it means. Everybody else going, who's Bruce? Was he? Did he die in an electric car? Is that what happened? Is that
this guy?
Or this on my mausoleum, it'll have a picture of me going like this guy, and I'll just be like,
this guy. This guy plans on being resurrected. What are you, Bennu the Phoenix?
Look, brother. Maybe I just needed a little rest. That's it, man. I needed a little rest.
And I don't know. Nobody got my reference to Bennu the Phoenix, which used to be a show on ABC, way back in the day.
You said that the minute I thought was, I wonder if I can find an episode of ISIS. And that shit. Why was she playing an Egyptian character?
Oh man,
what the?
There was so many like shows that came on when we were younger, bro, that nobody got except probably us.
Davey
Automan.
The Arnez name was not meant to go through that mess, bro. It was not meant to go through that. For real. That's you know what? One episode we'll go through some of the older shows. But we will go through some of the older shows and go through them, and because there's just
Manimal with Simon McCorkindale.
Oh, brother, that shit. Oh man, will turn into a panther and his hands will go like this.
Yep.
Get out of here, man.
Oh man.
Talking about these shows make my back hurt, I'll be honest with you. Talking about these shows makes me go, maybe it's time for me to schedule a colonoscopy. Maybe I might have some. Do I need blood pressure medication at this point? Do I need it? Do I gotta watch my sugar?
Yeah. My sugars high. My sugars.
I need my insulin. My sugar. You mean your diabetes? Yeah, my sugar. Black people just have a way of anything that black people funny. Black people are funny as shit. We like somebody put up a meme. They said something will say like, it'll say like so how much is this? They'll say like $94.87. $100. That's not what I said. That's literally not what I said. I said $94.87. $100. That's not what I. Oh my god! Why? Now odds are you're going to give me $100 bill, or you're going to pay. But if you're doing cash, odds are you're going to pay me $100 bill. I totally understand that, but I said $91. Black people just don't care. Black people just we'll hear you and we'll say something completely different. Just build different. We're like paying 128. Thank you for this. We like to round things up. Yeah, we like to make things up too. We some funny people. We are funny ass people. We really are. Exactly. We just $100. Ain't nobody say that, Uncle. Ain't nobody say that's your Uncle Ray. Ain't nobody say that. You always. That's why don't nobody ask you to go nowhere. Fighting ass self.
My precious.
You got your water pills? What? My water? What? And to make you pee. That's not. Oh my god.
My precious.
This motherfucker. Sound like Golem. I'm talking about my precious. Precious? You mean that ring? No, man. Oh, a movie that you all should speaking on terms like this, a movie you should all watch is Uncorked on Netflix. Wonderful, beautiful black experience movie. What have you? Perfect scene. His son tells his father that he doesn't want to take over the family business. He wants to become a sommelier, which is someone who picks out wine. I think his aunt says a Somalian. That's not. He's like no, and for some reason they keep linking it back to being African. And his father's like, so You think you still think about doing the African wine thing? He said it's got nothing to do with Africa, but it's about wine. But okay, whatever. And he just keeps, and the son continuously under his breath corrects people, and they just keep going with the conversation. Beautiful, heartfelt, funny. Yeah, you know what? Watch that and watch Concrete Cowboys. Those are two of the most feel good black movies I can think of, honestly. And then if you want something with revenge and shooting up folks, The Harder They Fall. Definitely. All right, so on that note, folks, this has been Michael Williams. The Cinema Studio, the Cinema God. And myself, I am Antonio Pomares, the Hungry Bleak. Again, I am hungry. And if you watch Vox Machina, you will get that joke.
Yes, you'll get that joke.
You all have a good day. Enjoy yourselves. Eat something tasty. And as always, do the best you can with what you got. Because in the end, it's all you get. All right?
Yep.
Peace.
Peace out.
Get some of this awkward